happening, YouTube? You already know who it is. It's your boy Jesimein, and as you can tell already by the clips, we got us an extremely OP, broken, needs to be nerfed ASAP build, man. A little backstory about the build. I was inspired by my homeboy Sanctionite. I watched his video on his PvE build for Striker, and I already had an idea of what I wanted to do with Striker and PvE, and I saw and I kind of liked and took some things from that and gave it, you know, my little Jesimein touch and my little tweaks. And I found myself in the dark zone farming and accidentally came across some players, and when I started to shoot the players, bro, I started to see some of the most craziest outcomes ever, dude. Like, I could not believe how powerful this build is, and it's not even tailored towards players. So let's get right into it. I don't want to overhype you guys. As a disclaimer, this is a shotgun build. Please do not come at me crazy, telling me that I'm bad for using shotguns, telling me that shotguns are ruining the game. I agree with y'all. Like, I'm not even going to argue with you. But what I am going to do is I'm going to show this build to you guys before it gets out there so you guys know what's hitting you. And I don't know, maybe Ubisoft and Massive will see something and they might nerf it. But let's get right into it. As you can see, 5,200 firearms, 4,300 stamina, 2,400 electronics. The chest piece I'm using is a vigorous chest piece. As you can see, it has 2716 armor. Main roll is stamina, 1219. Protection from elites. Remember, this build was tailored towards PvE, so you can tell by my rolls. I have protection from elites, ammo capacity, ballistic and shield health, firearms mod, and a stamina mod, both with armor. Always roll armor, stamina mods, or firearm mods if you have it. It's the smartest thing to do. Don't go for skill power, go for armor. So going into my mask, I have Striker mask with 1,008 stamina, main roll, 352 firearms, 148 electronics, 7,500 skill power, disorient resistance, and post critical hit chance. I have that because it's an older mask. For those who are wondering why some masks don't have it anymore, they kind of took it off. So if you have any old ones, be sure to keep them. They're effective, bro. They're rare. Going into my Striker knee pads, I have 5% damage to elites, as you can see. Once again, PvE. 977 firearms, 355 stamina, 148 electronics. Going into my backpack, it's a specialized backpack, 1,000 firearms, 148 stamina, 359 electronics. And if you guys don't know, bro, specialized is so broken, dude. Or not broken, but it's so damn good, dude. The fact that you can stack firearms and get everything else in return, it's dummy effective. So if you have one, always roll towards firearms. 879 armor, bleed resistance, electronics mod with armor once again, 2 performance mods, post critical hit chance and post critical hit damage. Going into my gloves, 996 firearms, 148 stamina, 148 electronics, 1025 shotgun damage, 5% critical hit chance, and 10% damage to elites. Once again, another PvE attribute. Going into my holster, 627 armor, 1,005 firearms, 944 stamina, and 957 electronics. So that is the gist of the actual build. So the weapon that is causing the apocalypse to happen is the Super 90. 312% stagger, 101k damage, 150 RPM, and a 16 mag size by way of mods. And as you can see, I have magazine size, critical hit damage, reload speed, accuracy, critical hit chance, critical hit damage, headshot damage, another critical hit damage, optimal range, and accuracy. As you can see, it is modded out the game, and it's crazy, dude. It's almost like a marksman rifle in a sense when it comes to mid range or up close. But the Super 90, dude, the reason I say it's so broken is because the RPM is a lie. I feel like it shoots like 800 rounds per minute. It's insane. If you get the rhythm of the tap, it just shreds through players, bro. This shotgun build is going to be one of the most broken things I've seen in the division. And I say that because you're going to heal once. So if you don't get that heal off and you get shot, there's no going down. There is no crawl mode. It is flop city. It is floptage. You're done. It's over. You're in the checkpoint. That's what happens when you get hit with this build. And I'm saying this in all truthfulness, bro. This build is extremely broken. And the talents on it, deadly, vicious, and fierce. Vicious is 10% increase when having more than 2 segments of health. So when I have my overheal, I have 10%. When my overheal is gone, I have 10%. When I lose a bar, I have 10%. As long as I'm over that 2 point, I have 10%. And when you challenge, you always have your health up. So it's like a increased fierce. But I also have fierce too. So I have an additional critical hit chance on top of this. And the fact that this gun sprays, it's like it's going to crit. You're going to crit. You have a 16 mag size and you're spraying it like a FAL. And it has deadly, as you can see. And I recommend deadly because I'm relying on my crits for some reason. And it's destroying, bro. If you want to be super, super optimal with PvE, you can run ferocious or destructive. But this works fine for me, bro. For those who are gonna say this is so bad, I agree with you. This is terrible, bro. And I'm not over exaggerating. Out of all the builds I've used, this is by far one of the most easiest to melt players with a gun that I've ever came across. No build that I've made in the past meta in 1.3 even stands close to the feel of this meta with this shotgun, and it should be nerfed. And Massive and Ubisoft, I love y'all, but if y'all don't nerf this, bro, like, the game's gonna die faster than what these players are that are getting shot by this, and that's some real stuff. But I hope you guys enjoy the gameplay that's about to come up. It's a lot, you know what I'm saying? I wanted you guys to get a real feel of how crazy this gun is. Don't focus on my toughness, because my toughness can be higher. I can literally probably bring my firearms down to like 4,500 and get my toughness above well over 300k and still hit extremely hard. But I felt like I've tweaked back and forth, and these numbers I felt completely fine with. Like, I feel like I'm tanky enough to survive most gunfights. I mean, there's no way you're going to survive head up unless you have like a custom M870 that's just melting me. But I have 52% weapon damage mitigation, so I'm completely fine on that. And I think another big problem that people don't understand is critical hit chance. Like, this is so important now. Like, as you can see, I have 23% critical hit chance. So that's every 4 shots technically is going to be a crit regardless. And I'm shooting like 4 shots like every 2 seconds. So it's like I'm going to be critting you regardless. And critical hit damage 67%, headshot damage 85%, accuracy 16%, stability, and all this stuff, so you guys can see all that. But please, if you guys come across this, run. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to run, bro, because if a person is using this build right, I mean, there's nothing at this point from me recording this video that's going to be effective enough to stop this. Unless, I mean, yes, if you team shoot or you know, fire terror, there's all, I'm talking about head up. No, bro. I don't care if you have Sentry, I don't care what you have. Just the fact that you can build up so much DPS so fast, it's crazy. But please enjoy the gameplay. I mean, don't look at it as a shoddy. Don't look at it as, even though it is, I mean, I know that sounds stupid, but don't look at it like, oh, well, this is a showcase. This is me showing you guys what this build can do and why it's so damn insane. So all I can say is prepare thyself for the flop-tages and for the souls leaving these players' body. It's been real. Hope you guys enjoyed it. This PvE/PvP monster build has dawned.